parents and fellow viewers. I'm Rochelle Whitaker, mental health therapist, educational consultant, and parent educator. So my last video last week, I told you that I was going to come back to you all today and starting every Sunday at 9 o'clock and talk to you about 10 ways to help your child be successful at school. And so the first tip I'm going to give you, which may not seem like that big of a tip, but it is. So just follow along with me, if you will. So the first tip I'm going to give you is to ask questions. And so I know that may just seem like pretty, like that's easy, like duh, who wouldn't ask questions? But I've often heard parents say, let me go back. I've often heard parents say, I don't know what to ask, or they don't ask questions. So a teacher may tell them, let's just do, for example, a teacher may tell them, send them a note home or call them and say, Sally or Jeff is being disruptive in class. And so the parent is like, okay, well, we'll talk to him about it, or we'll talk to her about it, and we'll get back to you. Well, you don't have much information. So what you should do is ask the teacher more specific questions. So for instance, okay, what is disruptive behavior? What does it look like? What does disruptive mean? What is Jeff or what is Sally doing to be disruptive? Okay, so once they tell you what the behavior is, so maybe he's like screaming out. Okay, well, when is this happening? Is it happening in the morning? Is it happening in the afternoon? Is it happening in the bathroom? Is it happening when he's transitioning, meaning when he's moving from class to class, when he's lining up to go to another class in the hallway, when he's standing in line, or maybe it's happening in specials or ancillary. Specials or ancillary like computer, PE. So those are the kinds of questions that you want to ask. You want to ask, when is the behavior occurring? In the morning or the afternoon, what the behavior looks like. Hey, Sarah, what the behavior looks like. And let's see, what other questions would you want to ask? So you want to know we want to know what the behavior looks like, when the behavior is happening, and where the behavior is happening. So, is it, like I said, is it happening in the classroom, or is it happening outside the classroom, or is it happening in another teacher's classroom? Those are important questions to ask when you're trying to rectify the behavior, so that you and the teacher and the school can get on the same page about how to, what you can do to curtail the behavior. If, it's happening, say, like if it's happening when the child is, let's just say, when they're just sitting there, they've completed all their work and it's happening then. Okay, well, either he needs more work, or we have to figure out something else to do, because maybe the idle time, he's just bored. So those are important questions to ask. So that's my tip for today. If you're a parent and you want to help your child be successful at school, ask questions. Ask when the behavior is occurring, ask what the behavior looks like, and so when the behavior is occurring, what the behavior looks like. You could even go as far as to ask what's happening before the behavior occurs. And that's when I was saying, maybe the child's completed their work. So what's happening before the behavior occurs? And so, wait for the teacher to kind of talk to the teacher about those things, so that you can have that information and so that you can get to the bottom of things and help your child be successful at school. All right, guys, so that's my tip for this week. If you have questions, email me or direct message me. Thank you all. You all have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Same time, same place.